What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I'm your host, Gennaro Anguillo. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Gennaro Anguillo, where you can listen to some of my music and you can download some of my music and you can stream some of my music on all digital platforms. What's going on, everybody? We're going to get right into it. And I'm going to try to make this short and sweet as possible, but very, very necessary video. We will not be doing a jury review, but am I the only person who has a problem matching their chains with their pendants? Am I the only person? So let me throw this advice to you. If you want the same type of gold to match your, the chain and the pendant to match, okay? Go to King Ice. King Ice always match their chain and their pendant. Some people think that look cheap. Depends. It depends on what outfit you got on, in my opinion. It depends on what you're doing and what the style you're going for. I think every jewelry store got their own style. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you what I do, the nightmare of matching pendants and chains. And I'm not talking about just with the color. I'm talking about this devil right here. The clasp fitting through the Bale. The clasp fitting through the Bale. So you'll go to let's say a jewelry store like harlembling.com. They like sell those big old clasp, necklaces. And it's like, that's not fitting through a Bale like this. So the chain, like this. So the chain might fit, but the actual clasp won't fit through the Bale. Okay. So, and I'm not saying it's about any jewelry store in particular, but let's say it's a jewelry store that says this pendant will fit a 5mm rope chain. And then you get the rope chain, but then the clasp of that rope chain is too big to go inside the Bale. So the chain itself would fit, so they're not lying, but it's almost like they don't take into consideration the clasp. Okay, so let's talk about that, because am I the only person that has a problem with that? The Bale and the clasp. Okay, so let's do one thing at a time. Okay, we're gonna try to set this up. So what I did was I got this piece off of goldengilt.com, one of my favorite Jesus pieces a long time ago. And what I noticed is I had a small, I want to say 4mm chain, and I liked it, but then I turned around and got a bigger one, which is a 5mm rope chain. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right here. We ain't going to just talk about it. We're going to be about it. All right. Look at this. I barely can get that sucker in here. I have to scrape. You see that? It inside. So I almost want to take this chain and say, this chain is specifically for this necklace. Not saying I'm not going to wear it with another pendant, but I'm going to leave this in here because I don't want to damage my jewelry. So then you have pieces like this. Okay, let's put this to the side. Let's pull out this. I got this. Here's a great example right here. So let's talk about these two pieces right here. So this piece is about the same size as this piece. This ferrule piece is about the same size as this piece. This is a 4mm chain, and I believe that this is a 5mm chain. Now the 5mm chain or 6mm chain, I believe, it might be a 6mm, would look so much better. And the chain that the goldengilt.com Jesus piece came with was the same size as this piece. So whatever size they told you the Cuban link is that come with this piece, they're absolutely right. Now this is what I got off of Amazon, this Cuban link right here. So I don't want to get you guys confused. This is not the Golden Gilt piece. I got this pendant from getlooks.com. I got this from goldengilt.com, and I got this chain from amazon.com. And when I get my chains, I always match my gold. So if it's 18 karat over steel, I get 18 karat over steel. If it's 24 karat over steel, I get 18 karat over steel. You see what I'm saying? If it's 18 karat over copper, then I get 18 karat over copper. I try to find a chain to match the pendant. Okay, so the color will be as similar as possible. So in this particular piece, even though these two pieces are the same size, I was able to fit the larger Cuban link because the Bale is deeper. It's wider. It has a bigger hole. Even though these two pieces, okay, are roughly the same size. All right. But unfortunately, because of the clasp, this clasp is bigger than this. I can't fit it. But this chain would look better with this Jesus piece. I hope I'm making sense and not losing y'all. I wish that this would fit in here. All right. But it doesn't. So I had to get a smaller Cuban. So my point is, I had to compromise the Cuban actual length due to the clasp, and I'm tired of doing that. So the chain that Golden Guilt gave you, it was not an attractive chain, so I switched it out with an Amazon chain, and unfortunately it didn't fit because the goldenguilt.com chain is a, how can I say it? It's a bigger size than this chain that I bought, but the clasp fits well in the Bale because it came from Golden Guilt. So when I tried to order this chain, I had to get it smaller so it can fit through the Bale. My point is, I shouldn't have to compromise the size of the link due to the actual clasp to put in my pendant. I personally don't think that's fair, okay? So when I try to stick this bigger Cuban chain inside this ferrule piece, it fits great. You see, it's got the little tabs on the side. It fits great. But then when I try to stick it through here, you see that ain't going nowhere. That ain't working. Even though this chain will look better on here. That's my point. And the goldenguilt.com chain that this came with, that doesn't look attractive to me, it's about the same size as the big chain that I actually fit on the ferrule. So when you are picking these chains for your piece, here's the advice that I want to give you. Go on Amazon.com, and if you're a Prime member, they do the try before you buy. That way you can take it back. Sometime when you take stuff back from some of these online jewelry places, they take all day to respond. They take all day to get your item back. Well, if you buy stuff on Amazon.com and do a test run, they're quicker to give you a refund. They're quicker to give you for your item to get to you because they do the 1-day thing, and they're quicker when you return it. Because you only got to return it to a department store like Kohl's, or if you got the hookup with UPS like I do, you know, they have no problem giving it back to you. So if you do the try before you buy, they have that on Amazon. You can actually see if the clasp fit through the Bale of any pendant you may have, and if it doesn't, then you take it back. If it does, like this one that I just got off of Amazon.com, this white gold rope chain. Okay, I got a white gold rope chain. I believe it was, I don't know, I forgot the name of the place. I want to say Eternal Jewelry or something. But it's white gold plated. It fit barely. It barely fit. Okay? Barely. See how that's, you know what I'm saying? But it works, so I'm gonna leave it. Alright? But if I had a problem with it, I would have took it back. So I'm not gonna hold you guys. I just wanted to let you know you are not the only person that's going crazy with these Bales, and these clasps on these chains. It almost drives you crazy. So I hope I help somebody to understand that's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, because I'm a little impatient, and you want to rock your piece. So what I do is I get the pendant from the places, you know, and I get the chain from like Amazon. Now, sometime you can reach out to these stores and send them a message on Instagram, because I don't want to throw them under the bus, and say, hey, what chain goes good with, you know, this pendant, and they will let you know exactly. In that case, you're good to go. But in other cases, because that's not always the case, because sometimes you might get a response 30 days later, you know, this is what you can do. Okay, I hope I helped somebody today. God bless y'all. Took up enough of you guys' time. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Gennaro Anguillo. Listen to some music. I'm also on YouTube with that channel. God bless y'all. Peace.